I did this one for you. So what you're going to do is find the pattern in each of these. So for x, how I get from -1 to 0 is I add 1. How I get from 0 to 1, I add 1. How I get from 1 to 2, I add 1. How do I get from -2 to -1? I subtract 1. Sorry, no, I add 1. -1 to 0, I add 1. 0 to 1, I add 1. Okay? That's what you're going to do for 2 and 3 as well. Okay? So here, you add 1, you add 1. Here, you subtract 2, subtract 2, subtract 2, and so forth. Now, the next page, okay, I already gave you the definition. So the definition of the slope is the change in y over the change in x. So this example is worked out for you. As you can see, we got to find our change in y first because that is what is up top. So your change in y is +1. That's where they get this 1 from. Your change in x, it's also +1. That's where they get this 1 from. So this triangle means change of y. So if you see triangle x, that means change of x. So you're going to have your y over your x, your 1 over 1. So you're going to do the same thing for this one. How I get from -2 to -1, I add 1. -1 to 0, add 1. 0 to 1, add 1. 3 to 1, I'm going to subtract 2. 1 to -1, subtract 2. -1 to -3, subtract 2. So my change in y, I'm going to go look at my change in y. Well, we said every time it changes, it's subtracting 2. So I'm going to put subtract 2 there. And then for my x, it's adding 1. So I'm just going to put 1. So now to find my slope, the change in y is going to be -2. And my x is 1. So -2 over 1 will be your answer. Okay? For this one, okay, you're going to do the same thing. Here, you're graphing and counting. Okay, so it's just going to, you graph the points, find whatever you think the third point would be, and graph that. This one, we did graphing, we did change. Now we need to use the slope formula. This right here is a slope formula. Change in y over change in x. We know slope is rise over run. So to find it, okay, from here, I rise and then I run. So rise over run, rise sounds like y. So that's going to go, y's are on top. So your y2 minus y1 is on top and your x's are on bottom. So for these 2 points, if I have -4 and 6, this is my x1 because it's my first x. And this is my y1 because it's my first y. This is my second x, so x2. And this is my second y, so y2. So all I did here is plug it into the equation, okay? So y2 minus y1. So you're going to have your y2, which is -3. So you're going to have -3 like they do here. -3 minus my y1. My y1 is 6. So minus 6. Over my x2 is 7. So I'm going to have 7 minus my x1, which is -4. -3 minus 6 is going to give you -9. 7 minus a -4 is going to give you 11. So -9 over 11 will be your answer. And you're going to do the same thing for the rest of those.